Hey peeps, Justin here, welcoming you back to OtakusandGeeks.com reviews, and today we are going to continue our winter season anime coverage with The Promised Neverland episode 2, which is entitled 131045, and as usual, here's a brief synopsis. Emma and Norman spend their day preparing for their escape, but they also find some eerie things about Mom. And this is a spoiler alert for those who have not seen episode 1. Go see episode 1 and then come back and check out my thoughts on this review. Episode 2 is more of building, is more build up than anything. Compared to episode 1, which you really did have like kind of this tense tone. There are some really tense moments in here, but it's more of establishing the characters and kind of basically setting the chess pieces here, or of this cat and mouse game, or kind of like this escape from the prison that was established in episode 1. In this episode, Norman really gets a chance to shine here. We really get to see more fleshed out of how much of a brilliant strategist Norman is. I didn't really go in depth with the characters in episode 1 because I really want everybody to really check out the story, but now I'm really talking a little bit about the characters here. Norman is this brilliant strategist. You have Emma, who's just like this nice, optimistic, to a fault, which I'm going to explain a little bit more. And then you have Ray, who is not the pessimist. He kind of is a little pessimistic, but I would say he is really kind of the reality check here. And as we saw from episode 1, that the kids have discovered that they are living on a farm, and they are basically cattle for these demons that basically like to eat on humans. And Mom seems to be the harvester of the demons, and she seems to be the main person who makes sure that the food is nice and ripe and prepared for the feast. And now that Emma and Norman are aware of this, they make Ray aware of it as well. And there's like this nice debate I like that they did really well with Emma and Ray. With Emma trying to, with the realization that they are food for these demons, that she wants everybody to survive. So she's trying to make a plan with Norman to get everybody out. But there's 37 kids left, so escaping with 37 people is going to be really hard to do. And Ray, being the more reality check and the realist here, is saying, look, Emma, I like the fact that you're trying to get everybody to save everybody's lives, but he's like, we don't even know what's out there in the world. And I like Ray's character because Ray, I always felt, even when I was reading the manga, is the voice of the audience, and is more the voice of the people who really think things. Like, Ray's not the strategist. Ray is the realist, the logical thinker here. He has this strength about him, which I really like, and Ray is actually my favorite character. I adore Emma because I love how pure-hearted she is, and how she really has this optimistic light about her. But Ray is kind of, I see myself more as a Ray, as Team Ray, with that realism. Like, look, let's be honest, not everybody's gonna survive. And he's telling Emma, he's like, look, most of these kids are not even 6 years old yet. How in the world are we gonna get these guys out of here? And I really love how Norman is just laughing through this whole thing, because Norman has a plan. And you discover how smart and brilliant Norman is when he's telling Emma, you have to play, act normal as you would did before Connie left. You know, don't change anything about what you're doing with your personality, even though you have discovered these horrors. And I like that because it is dangerous, because the mom is just a really smart character in herself. And I really love this tense cat and mouse moment. There's a really intense moment where mom confronts Emma about, did they go outside late last night, and it's this tense feeling that you know that you feel like she knows it's them, and she feels that she knows that they know about the truth. And I really did like this dynamic with it, and I kind of, it does get explored because I read the manga, so I know what's going to happen, but it kind of gets explored a little bit more. But that moment right there was probably the highlight for me, because while this episode was more of a build up to get the plan in motion, to get the characters in motion, to really establish what each character's strength, what their weaknesses are, because that's what this episode was really about, was establishing the strengths and the weakness of Norman, Ray, and Emma, and what some of their flaws are, what some of the strengths are. Obviously, Ray being more of the logical guy, so he's not going to just jump into things, with Norman being the brilliant strategist and really trying to figure out a way how to get everybody out. And then you have Emma's lightness and the ability to instill hope and instill smiles into everybody. So overall, once again, I would definitely give this another watch, or another watch it rating, or watch it, put it in the queue, or skip it. Definitely do not skip this episode. Watch it because it builds more of the characters up. Mom is becoming a really, even just in her short screen time that she has in this one, she's really becoming a central villain here. And there's a little surprise in there to raise the stakes at the end, which, trust me, it's gonna be a doozy. So this is Justin from otakusandgeeks.com saying later days. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.